Hello there, everybody. I thought I would say hello at the end of the week, just because it felt better to say hello, because I haven't said hello for a while. I've got a few things on my mind. My daughter had a wonderful wedding on Wednesday, and she's gone off on her honeymoon. She is now Mrs. Rachel Bloomfield, and it's delightful that it all happened in such a spectacular way with a Disney theme, believe it or not. She had a beautiful dress and the surroundings were marvellous too, and I was sworn to secrecy about the photographs, so I don't have any of me excepting the official ones that will come out. So I'm hoping that they'll all be generous and that I'm going to get an album, presumably, which I'll pay for, of lots of photographs. So there'll be more to share of that with you in the coming weeks, I hope. But it was a wonderful thing to happen, but it was saddened, if you like, by the death of my mother. She was 94, so she did have a good innings, and she was quite ill in the weeks leading up to her death. So we knew something was going on with her, but the doctors didn't do a very good job of finding out. And in the end, it was actually a stroke that she had had, which led to everything else, including a fall. So that was very sad to bear, and it's been a roller coaster week of going up and down in my feelings. So I have written out some of these feelings with regard to all of that and everything that's been happening, but also what's been happening in the world. So I think this description of bad attributes that people can have, which is a thing called greed, probably also speaks for the situation in the world at the moment. So I thought I would help myself, if you like, by writing down some of my feelings. Greed. Greed makes people take things that are not theirs. Greed puts one person before everyone else's welfare. Greed refuses to share. Greed stuffs its mouth while others are hungry. Greed commits crimes at home and abroad. Greed causes war. Greed makes human beings into monsters who harm others for personal gain. Greed is the worst and most ugly human attribute. Greed makes people jealous in uncontrollable ways. Greed is the main cause of bullying. The greedy are the failures. The greedy are the mad and the bad of humankind. The greedy cover up their crimes in the hope they won't get caught. Don't become a greedy child or grown up. It's the worst example in the world. Well, I thought I would change the subject to something a bit more uplifting, and I got a great compliment this week from someone who said that I had a beautiful face regardless of its age, and that I should capitalise on this. There you are. And in that spirit, I thought I would share some skincare tips that I have. But I wanted to start with the basis of skincare, which first off is probably your diet, but then also looking at some skincare products and how to apply them. Mostly with a skincare day cream or moisturiser, one would want to begin with that, because the skin needs moisture and wrinkles usually come about when the skin is very dry. But it's also, regardless of the type of skincare product you have, it's how you apply it. So the best way of doing that is in strokes upward, and into the skin. So you really do want to get a motion going. It's no good just putting it on flat like that, because it won't get into the skin tissue. And you want to consider that you're putting on a painting, actually. You know, you're giving your skin a basis and a foundation. And moisturising it really does work. But one daycare product on its own isn't enough. And there's obviously some wrinkles, like the one in the middle here, which is really, really something that is very difficult to get rid of. There are a few products that do that, believe it or not, which are all natural. I don't use Botox, and I don't believe in it. I think it's a very bad thing for your health. So you would want to be putting on the stroking up the way, away from your heart. Never stroke down the way. And then with that product, you want to also put some eye care on. In other words, what I'm saying is a dedicated eye care cream, which you would put over your crow's feet. Everybody's crow's feet are different sizes, and you want to give it maximum cover there. And also allow that to sink in as much as you can. So tapping it is a really good idea. Not only is that good for you, it's also good for your mood, because it helps the brain know where you begin and end. It's actually quite good for helping to calm down anxiety. But you would also do that in order to help with the way that the skin has to puff up. And in fact, if you're tapping it on, you may as well carry on with a bit of a tapping regime for the top half of your body as well. So I would always tap it on. And for the older person, put it on here too. No harm in putting eye cream on the top lip. The best eye cream, I think, in existence, apart from others that have copied them, because they use hyaluronic acid, which puffs up the molecules, is Arbonne. And I used to work for Arbonne. And even to this day, when I can afford it, I would buy an Arbonne eye care product. This one has got vitamin C in it, and it's on the lower range of finance, if you like to buy it. This is a generic vegan, it says, vitamin C, Face Facts, which is a company, doesn't cost very much. I think it was a couple of quid. But you would always want to apply a dedicated eye cream on top of your moisturiser. And the other tip about this is that before you put your makeup on, you should wait at least 15 minutes for your moisturiser to go into your skin. Because otherwise what happens is your moisturiser will be over shiny. And no matter how hard you try, you won't get a matte look from a moisturiser. And it will spoil how that goes into your skin. So you take quite a bit of while with your makeup. People who think they can put makeup on in 5 minutes are not understanding the basis of your skin and how it operates against the environment. And in fact, in order to improve crow's feet, which can be caused, or at least in my case, by failing to put the heating off overnight, and then you look at your face in the morning and go, oh my God, and it's dried out. So often going for a walk will improve your complexion and help to give it a good glow, as well as it will puff up and remove some wrinkles. So that's my tip for skincare. And in the end of the day, I don't think it matters what product you use, as long as you're using products that are kind to your skin. I do worry if a product nips slightly, and some of them do, and they probably have too much astringent in them, which tends to be citrus type things, and you would want to guard against that, but you can only really tell what your skin needs by testing it and using it to see if you've got any sensitivities. And that's my skincare tip. I hope everybody has a good week, and that, you know, you keep positive. It's quite hard when there's so much bad news happening to people on a personal level and on a bigger political level to do that. But I just hope everybody has a good week next week. Bye for now.